Hey guys, Bix Weir, road2road.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Um, so much going on, I don't even know where to start. Let's start at silver. I haven't talked about silver in a while. The reason I don't talk about silver is that I was working on silver for 15 years. We figured out how they rig the market, who's rigging the market, why they're rigging the market, and when it'll stop. So after you get all that stuff and all the background information, why even talk about it? So price of silver is controlled every single day. It will not stop. The price suppression will not stop until the U.S. Treasury Secretary and the Federal Reserve decide to make it stop. It's a click of a mouse on a computer, and if silver goes up $100 or down $100, it's all done on a click of a mouse. That's how easy it is to rig the markets ever since the invention of computer programs to rig the markets back in the 1960s by Alan Greenspan and friends. I have documented it a million times. That's what root means. Root A is a computer term. And if you go to the Road to Ruta website, you can figure out everything that happens in silver. And that's why I don't comment on it. Everything's already been said. There's nothing left to say until the manipulation ends. So you got to see a manipulation today. They brought it below $17 again. Yes, it is a screaming buy, not because silver is a monetary instrument. It is not. It is way too valuable to be used as money anymore. The days when silver was money was back 50 years ago to 5,000 years ago, before industrialization, before the need for silver in every other place that we use in this high-tech world that we live in. So no, silver will not ever become money again. Gold maybe potentially, but if you look at what's happening in Puerto Rico, everybody's saying, "Oh, look at Puerto Rico! Don't they wish they have gold and silver?" No, they don't wish they had gold and silver. Watch Mike Maloney's latest video. The only people buying gold and silver from the silver holders are people who know about it, which is the pawn shops, and they're paying 50 cents on the dollar for the gold and silver because they're going to resell it in the United States, where they haven't woken up that gold and silver isn't money anymore. Those who say gold and silver is the only money are completely delusional. The reason they are is that the world has forgotten about gold and silver as money. It's been demonetized for so long. There's no reason to go back to it. We have the cryptos now, the truth machine. So I think silver will be extremely higher than it is right now once the manipulation stops. So yes, I am massively invested in silver. Gold, 50-50 chance for two reasons. Yes, it is manipulated. It is lower than it should be in US dollar terms, but there's also about 5 to 10 times as much gold out there than what the mainstream tells you. I've documented that as well. So I don't invest in gold. I do invest in silver, but I don't think silver will ever be used as money again. I think gold might be used as money by banks and gold bugs, but that's it. Be bought and sold by them, because the rest of the population, over 99%, doesn't even know anything about gold and silver as money, and you can't train that into them. You can train them that, hey, you can use your cell phone to buy something. They do it already. Anyway, moving on from that, all red today in the cryptos as usual. Yes, the cryptos are manipulated to a point with the people who have huge money in there keep buying, but they have to sell cryptos to get the prices down, and then they got to rebuy. That's where the volatility comes from. So that's what's happening right now. I don't even look at the prices of the cryptos anymore either, because I know what's going to happen in the next few months, and there's going to be a shift out of the old system and into something new, a high-tech type of form of currency that we can trust and use. In the cryptocurrencies, the crypto tokens, these companies are going to be worth the mega zillions of dollars that Amazon and Facebook and Apple Computer are worth today. That shift is happening. It is going on behind the scenes. Most of these companies haven't even come to market yet, so I'm not concerned if the price drops to 10% of the original ICO. It doesn't matter to me. I own a portion of that, and when the system shifts over completely and people wake up, the hundreds of trillions of dollars that is currently invested in other assets will all come flooding into the cryptos. So I'm excited about it. So I just sit and hodl, hold on for dear life. But I think some of the more interesting stuff going on right now is the JFK documents. They're supposed to release them all by the 26th. Only Trump can stop that, and Trump has said many times that he's not going to stop it. And it's time to drain the swamp. That's why Trump is kind of going rogue. He's not on the Democrat side. He's not on the Republican side. He's not on the side of the FBI or the CIA. He's gone rogue completely. And he's going to expose what was being done to our country. And it's awesome. I think it is absolutely awesome. So between now and the 26th of October, expect the JFK documents from the CIA, the FBI, and the NSA, I think it is, no, the Justice Department, to be released. Upon that, we're talking, I think it's 30,000 documents. So there's going to be a lot of sorting through. There's going to be a lot of hidden gems in there. That's the reason it's been suppressed for 53 years or however long it's been, over 50 years. And I'm excited. I think it's a big sign that we're open to the idea of exposing the criminals in the deep state. And I know people are just starting to talk about it with all the attacks on Trump, but it is much bigger than all of that. It's much bigger than Trump. It's bigger than the Kennedy assassination. It has to do with everything that is being done to us on the false flag side, on the criminality that the United States has put upon every other country in the world. You know, they had to play by our rules, and our rules were crooked. So it'll be very interesting. And WikiLeaks, I hear, is set to release a huge data dump on the 21st. This could be part of that, the revelations and the exposure. Maybe even part of disclosure. There might be, documents related to aliens and market manipulation and all the big secrets that they're not talking about. But I think it's time. I think it's time to drain the swamp. It's time to open up the files for the world to see what was our past. We need to understand and rectify what happened to us and what we did in the past to move forward into a truthful and honest system that I think the cryptos will play a huge part in. I know the good guys are planning on that. So if the good guys win this battle, the guys behind the scenes trying to take out the criminals, then we will move into a crypto-based system. Yes, we'll have to fight to keep it truthful and honest because the bad guys will try to use it against us. But we can do that. We're fighting them right now, and if we kick them out, we win. But you have to stay vigilant always in the future. And the crypto investors are smart. They know when it's either a decentralized blockchain controlled by everybody and it's truthful and honest, or it's not. And if it's not, then hey, I'd stay away from that with both feet. If it is, I'd embrace it. So we're looking for truth and honesty in the future, and that is going to be key. And there's going to be a huge premium paid for truthfulness and honesty in the financial markets. And just to show you that things are getting more truthful and more honest, information that came out years ago is finally being investigated. The Senate launches probe into Russian nuclear bribery case that netted the Clintons millions of dollars. And this is the Uranium One deal, completely where Clinton and Obama sold 20% of our uranium mines to Russia. I mean, and it was all done under the table, and Bill Clinton got all these speaking fees, and the Clinton Global Initiative got millions of dollars of charity money that got funneled to pay off the bad guys, including the Clintons. And it is a huge and obvious crime. But now the Senate is launching a probe. I mean, they've had probes into the Trump collusion with Russia, which was nothing, absolutely nothing. But this is something. It's the Clintons being investigated for one of their many, many crimes. I don't think the Clintons are currently with us. I think they've both passed away, but that's a conspiracy theory. And yeah, I don't think whoever they trump out as Hillary Clinton every couple of days, who seems to get younger and younger every day, body doubles, you name it, they're doing it. And I don't pay much attention when she speaks because I don't even think it's her. Nobody, unless she found the fountain of youth, I don't know what the hell's going on with the Clintons. And there's a lot of rumors about body doubles and maybe even cloning that has gone on. Who knows? But one day we will know all this stuff, and it's going to be great. But right now, the things we can investigate is the the Uranium One deal with Russia, signed off by Hillary Clinton as the Secretary of State. Um, the conflict of interest is just shocking, absolutely shocking. Millions of dollars going to the Clintons and the Clinton Global Initiative, which has been proven to be just a slush fund for the payoff of the bad guys to keep the Clintons in power behind the scenes. And then Mr. Mnuchin has told us when he's going to click the mouse and make the stock market fall. Mnuchin, extraordinary. If tax reform gets done this year, no question. Market drops if bill fails. Now, all markets are supported by the U.S. Treasury and the Fed. They buy it every day. So Steve Mnuchin will live up to his word. This is basically what it is a threat to Congress. You either do this tax reform or I'm going to click my mouse and destroy the markets. That's exactly what it is. And it's nothing more than that. And Mnuchin knows. Mnuchin was the head of IT at Goldman Sachs. That's why he became Treasury Secretary. He's a computer rigging expert, just like all his predecessors. And this stems back all the way to the 1960s when Alan Greenspan was the most prolific banking computer programmer in the world. He was an expert computer programmer. That's why he became such a vaulted figure in economics. It wasn't because he was so smart in economics, he was, but he was also an expert computer programmer, behind the scenes engineering, pulling the strings. He blamed himself for the Y2K problem because of the programs he wrote in the 1960s. So electronic money is completely due to Alan Greenspan and his programs back in the 60s. I think he was writing in BASIC, which is the first shareable computer programming language. It was written by his best buddy in high school, a guy named John Kemeny. Now, John Kemeny was the real brains behind everything. He invented BASIC, and he was actually the mathematician for Albert Einstein when he was in his 20s. Isn't that crazy? So, yeah, go to roadtoruah.com. You'll learn about all this stuff, and keep an eye open. Also, today at 10 a.m. Pacific time, I'll be doing a live Q&A with the Guerrilla Economist. If you want to submit questions, send an email to this email address, contact@roguemoney.net. And you can send, and it's CJ's the producer who's going to get all these questions and then pick the ones he likes, and he's going to ask me and myself to answer these questions without us knowing what the questions are. So if you're interested in submitting a question, just send it to contact@roguemoney.net. It's Bix Weir, roadtoruah.com. I'll talk to you later.